Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is indeed an excellent day to serve an excellent God in and with the spirit of excellence. Good morning on this New Year's Eve. Good morning. Good morning. I am so glad that you thought it not robbery to stop by and spend this time with me as I am applying makeup to get out of the door. Good morning. I am Coach Sherry, Chaplain Sherry, your community pastor Sherry. I am the unmuted one. I am the woman who grew up in one of the most conservative Baptist churches where I learned that women ought to keep silent in the church, and they sure are not. They were not to preach. But I'm also that woman who reclaimed her voice, who pivoted in order to walk in my assignment. And now I use this voice to help other women just like you who are ready to unmute themselves. Good morning, everybody. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. You may see me applying makeup. And this morning, I kind of like got ahead of you. I started a little earlier because I know that I get caught up in talking and I wanted to be able to say all the things that I want to say and then get out of the door. So good morning. I am so glad that you are here with me now. You may be seeing me if this is your first time stopping in. You may see me applying makeup or using all of this, excuse me, these tools. But please know that this has nothing to do with makeup tools, tips, or techniques. Because if you were with me yesterday, what I did yesterday and how I applied yesterday may not be today because it just does what it does. Because I understand that I'm not trying to reach perfection, I'm just trying to get to what's good enough for me. And so when I'll stop, or I'll stop trying to get something in a particular way when I determine that that is good enough for me. So come on in. It is certainly a great day as we are preparing to for the calendar to change from the 5 to change to a 6, from 2025 to 2026. We are preparing for we are preparing for that change, and many of us have great plans that, truth be told, 2025 didn't serve many of us didn't serve many of us well, right? It just did not. And so we have determined that 2026 is not going to get us like 2025 did. Well, the truth be told, huh, um many of the circumstances that we encountered or we had to navigate in 2025 this year is not going to necessarily change in 2026. Let's just go ahead on and state that fact, that many of the circumstances in which we've had to navigate in 2025. Now, that's one of the dangers of a bald head. You don't have a natural hairline, so you kind of gotta create this thing where your makeup just doesn't stop in a random place. So I do the best, that I can to get it even out. So again, the circumstances may not necessarily change, but it doesn't mean that we have to move in the same way that we did this year. I'll say that again. The circumstances, the environment in which we've had to navigate in this year will not necessarily change when the clock strikes 12:01 in whatever time zone you're in. Things may not all be fixed in 2026, is what I'm trying to say. So, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for those of us we're trying to move in these spaces? What does all of that mean? Well, the circumstances may not change, but it doesn't mean that we cannot change. I'll say that again. The circumstances may not necessarily change. We still may have to navigate in these same environments. But the way we choose to move in these environments, that's a different thing. And so that's what I want to bring to our attention today. That's what I want to bring to our attention. It's going to require us to do something differently. It's going to require that we pivot. I'll say that again. The circumstances may not change, but the way we do business, the way we move, that's going to have to change. It's going to require a pivot. It's going to require some strategic moves. So I've been thinking about what does it mean to pivot? So let's just start at step one. What does it mean to pivot? Good morning, nephew. Good morning. So glad to see you today. I pray that all is well with you. You had a happy, a merry, and all of those things. We're talking about circumstances in 2026 may not necessarily change, but it doesn't mean that we have to move the same way. There are some things that we can do if we are willing, if we are willing to do it. If we are willing to move in a different way, it's going to require, good morning, Amy Taylor Woods. Good morning. So glad to see you so early. Good morning. I pray that all is well with you and concerning you. Listen, I'm talking about doing something different in 2026, that circumstances may not change, that this environment that we've had to navigate is probably not going to change. And in many ways, it may get worse. I'm not here to say that everything is going to be fixed in 2026. That's not what I'm selling at all. I'm not giving you any guarantees on that. But what I am saying is that it doesn't have to crush us. It doesn't have to crush us. It's and the reason why is because if we move differently, internally and externally, we will not only survive, but we will be able to flourish. And it's going to require a pivot. Can y'all like, share, and tag and get somebody? And I know this is good what I'm saying. It's going to require a pivot. And before you make any physical moves, you've got to get it straight in your mind. There's got to be a mindset change. There's got to be a resetting of the mind in order to move and to flourish. Because a pivot means a change in direction without abandoning your purpose and who you are. A pivot means a change in direction without abandoning your purpose or who you are as a person. It's not quitting, it's repositioning. It's repositioning first the mind. It's repositioning the mind. Good morning, Miss Tanisha. Good morning. Listen, go ahead on, y'all, like and share this because I know this is good. Now, if this is your first time joining and coming in this space, this is not about makeup tools, tips, and techniques, because I got all of the things here. I got all of the things here, but I'm just doing what I'm doing, right? So we've got to change our mindset first of all to say that you've got to do something different, and it is not about quitting. This is positioning yourself so that you can live a prosperous life, that your journey may be well. That's what I mean about prosperity. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about stuff. I'm talking about your journey being well, that you are in alignment. Your mind, your body, and your spirit are in total alignment. When that happens, the stuff will come. But don't start with the stuff. Start with your purpose. So we're not quitting. You had something going in 2025. It was not working for you. Listen, I have had to change. I know that, I started doing something. It wasn't working. I had a newspaper, The Light. If you're not reading The Light, you're in the dark. That was my dream. I wanted, after working in the mainstream media for 20 something years as a reporter, as an editor, I wanted my own newspaper. And God gave me that thing. Good morning, Elder TJ. I need you to listen to me. I wanted a newspaper. I wanted a black-owned newspaper because I knew that there was power in the press and there was power in the black press. I moved from um, Racine, Wisconsin, to Alexandria, Louisiana. I had finally gotten an editorship, right? I was the first black editor at this newspaper. I'm trying to tell you how pivoting works. And it's not quitting and it's not failure, but it's repositioning. And I got the job. And let's just say I was a little bit too much for the environment. And so they got to restructuring. I'm in Alexandria. I'm living my best life. They got to restructuring in the newsroom and they eliminated my position, which means that they eliminated me. Now, I am a veteran in this thing. I am a damn good reporter, journalist, editor. I said it, right? I have won awards in Wisconsin, all of the things. But my position is eliminated. I felt like a failure all my life. I had gone to school, I had done all of the things to get where I was. I was an award-winning journalist. I didn't know what I was. I was devastated. Number one, I had never been let go. But when I come to myself, and God brought back to my remembrance that I wanted to have my own newspaper. Now, mind you, without even knowing it, I was preparing for this dream of owning a newspaper. November 2020, November, right around Thanksgiving, I remember, of 2000 and maybe 6. is when my position was eliminated. But because God was preparing me, February 2007, I published my first issue of The Light. So what seemed like a failure, what seemed like quitting and elimination was a reposition. That God was repositioning me. Good morning, Trevor, for my next. I published my newspaper from 2007 to 2011 when I became, maybe 12, when I got into seminary. And then I could not juggle both. And I had to let it go. And I'm like, God, but we finally got here. We finally, I'm finally doing. I didn't have the help. Let's be honest. I knew how to, I can put out a newspaper in my sleep, but I did not know the business side of it. So let me just say that I did not have help. I did not have advertising support in a person who can really go out and get it, right? So the bottom line was I had to stop. And there I was crying again. God, I'm doing this thing. You finally gave it to me. And just as plain, just as plain as day, God says, I promise you, you were going to fulfill the dream. But I didn't tell you how long. I did not tell you how long you were going to do it, and it was going to be your forever. But there was another pivot. I had to understand that it was not quitting, it was not failure, but it was a movement, a change in direction, a repositioning to my next. Because God knew that none of those skills, my writing, my editing, my investigation skills, none of that was going to be wasted. Because now I am using those same skills, that ability, the experiences, the education, the credentials, the qualification, all of those things as the unmuted one. Good God Almighty. Now, I told you all of that to help you to understand the process to get into your next. So a pivot is not quitting. It is repositioning. It is the courage to acknowledge that what once worked no longer serves who you are becoming. Oh, it is, I'll say that again, it is the courage to acknowledge. Oh, this earring, I'm going to have to change my earring sometime before I get out the door. It is the courage to acknowledge that what once served you, it served who you were at the time, but it is not going to serve who you are becoming. Ooh, we. I'm just gonna let that ride a minute. I'm just gonna let that ride a minute. So I'm trying this new palette here. I got a lot of Juvia's Place. I'm just trying this pink this morning. So we'll see what happens there. Because here's the thing, if it doesn't work, guess what? We're gonna pivot and we're not gonna use that tomorrow. We're gonna do something else. that's that's all I'm trying to say. Pivoting happens when one door closes. This morning, all I'm doing is change and helping to ignite the change in mindset. And by the way, if this is resonating with you, this is just the tip. We're gonna go deeper in my 3-day unmute my life challenge, January 6th, 7th, and 8th. Register, see it on the screen. Register, unmute my life, and it's in the comments. It happens when one door closes, when a system reveals its limits or silencing cost, or being silent or being stagnant. Yes, I see you registered, Tanisha. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Listen, pivoting stay with me, stay with me. Being where you are can and being stuck, not pivoting, not moving. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Not moving is dangerous. It's dangerous. Pivoting is a holy interruption. If we can change our mindset about why we have to move and move differently, a pivot is a holy disruption. It is an invitation from God to release what's holding you back. And for a lot of us, what's holding us back is harmful theology. Oh, many of us can't move because the church has told, especially women and especially Black women, that silence is golden. And I guess I need to go ahead and put on some red lipstick right about that. We, we, we have, let's be honest, who's in the church? I don't care what denomination. Who's in the church? Black women. And we absorb and we take in and they pounce it on us. Remember, I told you I'm the black woman who grew up in one of the most conservative Black Baptist denominations. So I know the indoctrination. I not only learned it, I carried it. I was a card carrying messenger of women know your place. That's why I go so hard today. Because of this harmful, toxic theology that keeps us shrinking and staying in spaces and places that is killing us, that is rejecting our voice. Because they tell us God said. Because they tell us the Bible said. That's why this pivot has to start in the mind first. That's why it's got to start in the mind first, because we got to get all of that out of us. A pivot is a holy interruption. It is an invitation from God to release harmful theology, to leave spaces that reject your voice, and to trust that obedience. Look, listen to this, because they catch us with this obedience thing. That obedience sometimes means walking away. If you're going to do things differently in 2026, you've got to be willing to pivot. For Black women, pivoting is survival and resistance. It's taking your power back. It is reclaiming your voice. You're giving your own self permission to change. You're not waiting for somebody to say you can or you can't. And might I say that your pivot does not mean that you are abandoning or you are dishonoring your past, because many of us can't pivot because it means that we have to do differently than what grandma said. We have to do differently than what mama said and the auntie said and the church mother said and the pastor said and the apostles and the bishops and all of that. You're taking what is good forward, what's going to serve you in who you are becoming, and you are leaving behind what did not serve you and will not serve you. You're honoring the past without getting trapped in it, because you are choosing your wholeness. You are choosing alignment of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Listen, I've created these 3 days of the Unmute My Life Challenge. Well, we're going to look at what's keeping us stuck. We're going to look at this home for theology, and we're going to look at the things that are keeping us trapped. $27. That's all it is. $27. And if you want the accompanying workbook, it's 47. So it's either 27 or 47. And your workbook will be downloaded to you. Listen, I hope that my prayer is, I know it's good. And I know that I have dropped some stuff this morning. Remember, I'm not talking of theory. I'm talking about what I have experienced. I know what it means to be rejected in places that said that you ought to stay here and take it. Listen, I got to get out of here. To pivot, this is in a nutshell. If you don't hear anything else. To pivot is to courageously turn toward what makes you whole. I'm going to say it again. To pivot is to courageously turn, because you're going to need courage to do it. To courageously turn toward what makes you whole. That means that if you're going to move into the new thing that God is doing, you've got to perceive it. That's what the text says in the NRSV. Perceive it. In other words, you've got to see it before you see it. And you've got to courageously turn from anything that is stealing, killing, and destroying you. People, places, and things. And you are moving toward what makes you whole. Listen, that's all I got. I have to get out of this door. But may all be well with your day.